Hello everyone, this is Physical Chemistry 1, Chemistry 3331. I'm Dr. Xiaoliu Qi, or Dr. Qi. My office 205 in Chemistry Building, and the phone number is 2921. My email address kfxc000. What is physical chemistry? In physical chemistry, we use physics as a tool to study chemistry. It is a fundamental theoretical and experimental basis for all chemistry and the foundation of chemical engineering. Typically, physical chemistry includes thermodynamics, kinetics, quantum mechanics, and statistical thermodynamics. In thermodynamics, we study equilibrium and spontaneity, and in kinetics, we study reaction rate and reaction mechanism. On both topics, we study matter at the macroscopic level. Quantum mechanics, however, is at the microscopic level, and we study atoms and molecules. Statistical thermodynamics is a bridge between quantum mechanics and thermodynamics and kinetics. CHEM 1 is about thermodynamics. Okay, so this is the topic we are going to study in CHEM 1. Now, many of you are going to take CHEM 2, which include kinetics, quantum mechanics, and statistical thermodynamics. In this course, we are going to study several laws of thermodynamics. The most important laws includes the first law and the second law. The first law is about energy conservation. The mathematical equation is delta U equals Q plus W. We're going to introduce ways to calculate internal energy change, heat, and work. We're going to discuss the concept of state function. One example is enthalpy, which leads to the thermochemistry, the heat involved in chemical reactions. The second law is about the direction of natural change. We're also going to introduce several state functions, include entropy and Gibbs energy. And then we apply the second law to phase transition, to chemical equilibrium, and electrochemistry. Here shows the list of chapters we're going to study. In Chapter 1, we go over the properties of gases. In Chapter 2, we study the first law. And after that, we have the first exam. In Chapter 3, we study the second law, and after that, we have a second exam. In Chapter 4, 5, 6, we apply the second law to pure substance phase transition and to mixtures. And the third exam will cover these three chapters. And finally, we apply second law to chemical equilibrium in Chapter 7. And then we have fourth exam. The laws of thermodynamics control interactions of everything in the universe, regardless of scale. It does not matter how complex the system is. It must still obey the same simple sets of thermodynamic laws. These rules have influence over every scientific discipline, every biological or geological process, and every interstellar system. For example, in industry, you may see many distillation towers as shown here. These distillation towers utilize phase transition to separate the components according to their boiling points. In geoscience, minerals may exist as different phases that is governed by the law of thermodynamics. The study of minerals provides important information about the geological history and the processes. Biological systems obey the same thermodynamic laws as simple chemical systems. Chemical reactions occur inside the cell must obey the first law and the second laws. The textbook for this class is Peter Atkins' Physical Chemistry 11th edition. This is also a student solution manual for the textbook. Although I will post my lecture notes and the videos of lectures online, it is still very useful to have a textbook in hand, so that whenever you have questions, you can read the textbook. Besides, in the future, you may need it as a reference book. You may purchase this textbook online, for example, from Amazon. I will teach this class using PowerPoint, and we'll have homework assignments followed by online quizzes. You do not need to turn in your homework. However, the questions of online quizzes resemble those of homework problems. And therefore, it is important you can do all the homework before you do the online quizzes. Note that online quiz counts for 30% of your total grades. So if you want to have a good grades in this course, you must complete online quizzes before due dates. The preferred communication is through email. If you have a question, email to me. If your solution of a homework problem is different from answer key, email to me with an attachment of a picture so that I can point out where the problem is. If you want to speak to me, email to me and we can set up a time so that we can start an online talk through Zoom or Blackboard Archer. Here shows how the Blackboard looks like. When you click course contents, you will see many folders. For example, in the lecture notes folder, you will see my lecture notes and the links of the videos of my lectures. In homework folder, you will see homework assignments and the answer keys. Online quizzes are in the quizzes online folder. Remember, the questions of the online quizzes are similar to those of homework, and therefore do the homework first and then work on the online quiz. Whenever there is an online quiz available, there will be an announcement about the due date. The 4 tests plus a final test will be in the exam folder. The final test is optional. You can use the final test to replace one of the lowest grades of your exams. I will create sections in this discussion board so that you can post your questions, your comments, suggestions in this discussion board. And I already created a section called survey. So please go there, post your questions, and also tell me if you prefer pre-recorded videos or live online courses. Okay, so if you prefer live class, we'll use either Collaborate Archer or Zoom to teach the class. So let me know what you think. What's your opinions? As you already seen, physical chemistry is important and it's the basis for many other sciences, including environmental science, material science, biology, and engineering. Please watch my videos, read the notes, textbook, work on the homeworks, complete the quizzes on time, and if you have a question, email to me, or we can set up a time so we can have an online talk.